and close. That's how easy it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it was super easy to transition. I mean, I felt like home, and Julie made it even easier, with our files. I mean, she's got a structure that she follows, and when she implements that,
It's a process. Yeah,
it makes it so much easier for us as well.
Welcome to Real Estate Success Partner. We're your hosts, Devin Dubuc,
David Nguyen,
and we're here to talk about how to have great success in any market. Hey, today, guys, we've got a great friend and an absolutely amazing person, one of our team members, Julie Capps. And Julie, we're just so excited to have you here on the show. Julie, you've been here with us for several years now, doing some amazing things for your customers. And man, you know what? We know who you are. But tell our followers a little bit about you. Like, where'd you come from originally? Remember, guys, we're out of Dallas-Fort Worth. And how'd you get in this crazy industry that we're in?
Well, I started as a loan officer when I was 21, the young age of 21, 22 years ago. So I've been in the business for about 22 years.
So you're just getting started.
Yep. I've got a few gray hairs to show that.
Well, don't we all? Vu doesn't even have hair, so. Wait, hold on real quick. What are you wearing today, David? Like, where's you don't even have our swag on. What's going on, man?
So, the PGA, the National PGA, just opened their corporate office here in Frisco, Texas.
Okay.
That's renowned. Obviously, they're opening up a renowned golf course and everything. It's actually maybe played on the PGA Tour as one of the tournament tours. So it's a big deal, man.
It is.
It's a big deal. So
in my backyard, your backyard too.
Yeah. So one of the biggest real estate company, Monument, partnered with the PGA. So they're having a ribbon cutting today, opening up the 500 room hotel, the PGA Tour. So they've asked me to come out there and just
kissing hands and shaking babies. Man, that's a great shirt, but I think you need a jacket. Wow, dude, you look amazing.
Thank you.
I think you're ready now.
I think I am.
All right, let's get back to Julie, though, right? So 22 years in the business. So, but how'd you get started, right? And where are you from originally? We forgot to even talk about that.
So I'm born and raised here in Dallas, Texas. Getting into my mom and my dad both came from Mexico, and I'm
what part of Mexico?
Generation Monterrey.
Mm-hmm. Very cool.
Yep.
Very cool. How'd they get out here?
My grandparents, they actually had 8 children, and
small family.
8 children, and all of them came with them. Actually, one of my uncles stayed behind as a professor in Monterey.
Very cool.
He's now retired, but 7 of them and my grandparents, all of them came to the U.S.
That's fantastic. Mm-hmm. That's fantastic. Well, and thank God, because now you're here. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So parents come here, Dallas originally?
Yes.
Dallas originally. You're born here? Mm-hmm. You're born here. And what part of the city?
Dallas.
Right, so in the heart.
Yeah, St. Paul Hospital.
St. Paul. Very cool, very cool. So you grow up and you say, I'm going to be a loan officer.
Not quite that way. Not quite that way.
It never starts that way.
No, I mean, I didn't grow up with the silver spoon in my mouth.
Yeah.
My mom was a single mom. She struggled. I had to drop out of school at 15 to help my mom out, and I've been working ever since.
Yeah.
Since
So
I was
hard
15.
knocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've been working ever since, and
that's where that drive comes from.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. I knew.
So 15, where'd you go to work? Mortgages, right?
No. When I was 15, I was fortunate enough to have some older friends, and they got me in working at an insurance company.
Okay.
And so I started working there, an insurance company.
So you've really kind of been in the business since you were 15, right? Because insurance is just another extension of mortgage in some degrees, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no, definitely.
That's crazy. So 15 years old, working for an insurance company, helping mom pay the bills, and then you started as a loan officer.
Not quite there.
We're not there yet.
Not there yet. I got married at 17. Had my family. I started my family at 20 years old, and I needed to go back to work. And so I reached out to some friends, and they were building up a business, a furniture business. They needed someone to manage that, so I went out there and helped them bring that company up and helped them order.
Family business?
It was a family business.
What's the name?
It was Barrio Furniture.
Barrio Furniture? Still out there today?
It's not. It is
No
not.
longer there. It's because you left.
After I left, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's what it was.
After I left. But one of my clients
Yeah.
was a loan officer.
Okay. There's
And
the bridge.
There's the bridge right there. One of my clients was a loan officer, and she used to be one of my regulars. And she came in one day and she said, "Julie, you'd be great at my job."
Yeah, well, because you're selling stuff,
And
you probably had really good product knowledge, right? I mean, if you're anywhere near as polished as you are today, I can imagine you were like the best furniture salesperson on the market, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and people knew they could trust you. Your customer, your client knew that.
Right.
She
It was a she.
saw a great thing coming,
Right.
and said, "You got to get in this industry."
Yeah, she told me that I'd do amazing, and she believed in me and got me an interview, and the rest is history. I mean,
What year was that, Julie?
that was in 2001.
Yeah.
2001.
Yeah,
We're in
so
2023.
You
so
actually
that's
have more experience than I do.
20. That was at 20. Is that
me
22
by
or
2
23
years.
years? Yeah.
22.
Yeah,
Yeah.
22 going on 23 years.
Right.
That's amazing.
Experienced. Yeah, you've got experience, and it shows, right? It shows. It shows in what you bring to the table. We see it every single day, so we know. So, what mortgage company?
That was Saxon.
Saxon
Mortgage. Worked
Saxon,
there for
blast
8
for the
years.
past. And you worked there for 8 years.
8 years.
8 years. And what kind of products did you guys service back then?
It was mostly subprime lending, consumer direct.
Yep.
We got a
the
little
Wild Wild West.
right. That's where it all started.
Our audience always know what was the rates back then.
Back then, I was putting customers into a 7.25, 7.5, and that was low at the time.
Wait,
You
what was
know?
it today? 6.5, 7?
Yeah. So we're just full circle. Right?
Right, we're back full
Full
circle.
circle. Yeah.
I bought my first home in 2001 at a 7.25 interest rate,
Yeah. Yep.
and that was a great rate.
It was a great rate. It was a great rate because I got in right after you, and they had just started to slide down in the 6s, and everybody was like jumping for the stars, saying this is the best rates have ever been.
Right.
And I think a lot of people got into the mortgage industry right around that time too. A lot of the subprime stuff happening, right? Which probably wasn't a great thing.
Right?
We know what that result was, right? But you sat with Saxon for, you said 8 years, so that was 2001 till 2009.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, so you were there through the subprime crash,
Correct.
and still standing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough,
Absolutely.
right?
It
Talk
was
about
very-
that period of time because we know what that was like because we lived it, right? But again, it goes back to what David was asking. Rates now, rates then, but also how hard was it to get a mortgage there once the subprime market crashed?
It was really tough. I mean, you went from being able to refinance somebody and pull out 100% financing to we couldn't do anything for them. They were upside down, 130% at that
right.
point, and
Yep.
we couldn't help anybody. There were some, that were on adjustable rate mortgages.
Yep.
So it was a very sad time. A lot of people had put in their savings into these homes
And they're
that
losing their
couldn't- They're
homes.
losing their homes.
They're
and they
losing their
couldn't-
homes.
Couldn't afford it. So
Yeah.
it was really tough. I mean, it was a reflection definitely that I had to take and for myself because being so young in the mortgage industry, I didn't ever know that could come down.
Yeah, well, and I think that was a big surprise to the market in general, right? It goes back, we talked about this when Chris was on here. It was kind of the Oprah Winfrey of mortgage lending around that time. It's like you get a loan, and
Right.
you get a loan, and that guy over there gets a loan, and 100% financing at the time, no income docs required. I mean, it was really a crazy time, and the collapse was inevitable.
Right.
I don't know how we didn't see it coming. Apparently, Christian Bale saw it coming. I don't know if you guys have seen that movie, but
Yes, that's a great movie. I wish he had
Big
come out
Short,
with
by
that
the way.
movie a few years before it happened.
Yeah, 100%, right? We could have seen it coming. So that happens, and everybody really kind of collapses. And at the end of the day, it's not just subprime because even conventional lending, underwriters
Everything.
got scared. They didn't know what they could underwrite. And so even though the rates were okay at that point in time, it didn't change the fact that nobody was writing loans because we didn't even know we could write. You had
Right.
customers that were upset
Yeah.
because they call in and they're like, how do I get qualified? I don't know.
Right.
I don't know what I can sell. I don't know what I can sell. So you toughed it out through that period of time. You transitioned to who? You went from Saxon to?
I went to Nation Star.
Yeah.
Nation Star, which is now Mr. Cooper.
That's right. That's right.
I was there for probably another 3 years with them, and that was
Yeah.
a tough time, because, like you said, we had the products, but they didn't really want to write
Lend.
off on those
Yeah.
and lend on those because it was just so hesitant. And
Well, nobody knew what Fannie and Freddie were buying,
Right.
right? You didn't know what you could get purchased. And when you don't know what you can get purchased, you don't lend, because when you're fronting out that money to fund the loan, you don't know if you can get it securitized at the end. And then you just hold a scratch and dent loan that nobody wants to purchase.
Right.
And, lenders don't do that, right? Because it doesn't make good financial business sense. So nobody really knows what to write. You're at Nation Star, big company, probably where you got all your licenses.
Actually, that's where it all started with my
Because you're
licenses.
licensed in how many states?
21 states.
21 states. That's right. That's right. Yeah. And so you get your license. Probably not a bad pit stop, right? And then you end up
I went to City from there.
City from there. City from there. And now the market's transitioned.
Right.
We're back in a little healthier position.
Right.
What are the rates at that point in time?
They're actually coming down to the 4s and 3s about that
Yeah,
time.
4s,
Because
3s.
that's when Heart 2.0 came out.
Yep.
We're actually able to help people at that time.
Yeah, no.
which is nice.
Lending came back with a big vengeance.
Right.
Not only did we figure out how to lend loans or lend money, but we also got new products that promoted it so that we could strengthen our economy,
Right.
Get people into homes that were sitting on the sidelines that didn't know that they could even buy. And the rates were also dropping simultaneously. So great time in the mortgage industry.
Oh,
right?
absolutely. It
Great
was.
time in the mortgage industry. So very cool. So we don't have to go through every history of every lender that you worked for, but the bottom line is you've got experience.
Absolutely.
You've been doing this a very long time. And flash forward to today, and you've been here with Click and Close Mortgage for how long?
Almost 4 years now.
That's right. That's right. What brought you to us?
One of my buddies, he had been trying to get me over here for a few years, and
Yep.
I just kind of hesitated because I don't like jumping.
No change. Yeah, no. You were 8 years at Saxon, right?
So-
You like working and staying in one place. You don't want to confuse your consumers, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%. So you got persuaded to come over.
I got persuaded to come over.
And then turns out you know one of our employees really well, right? Who was that?
Julie Hayes.
Julie Hayes. Yeah.
We worked together at Saxon. So
Wild stuff, which I didn't know
Yeah.
when we brought you in.
And
right?
Monica.
And Monica, Monica Pay as well. That's right. So you come in, Julie's here, and you're like, oh wow, it's I'm back high school. It's a reunion.
I'm back
right?
home.
Yeah,
I
back
felt
home.
like at home, honestly, because she processed my files for 8 years, and
Yeah.
she was amazing.
She's awesome.
And she
We
still
talked
is.
about her on the last podcast, and she's just phenomenal, man. Julie, thank you for being you.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. So you're back home, and you're here with Click and Close. And how'd that transition for you?
It was easy. I mean, it was really easy.
Is it as easy as click and close?
Click and close. That's how easy it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it was super easy to transition. I mean, I felt like home, and Julie made it even easier, with our files. I mean, she's got a structure
Yeah.
that she follows, and when she implements that,
It's a process.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it's a
makes
process.
it so much easier for us as well.
All successful companies have a successful process, right? That's what makes them great.
Right.
That's what makes them great. And that's what makes Julie great, is not only does she have a successful process, but she actually trains our other processors so that we can all follow that same process. We call it SWEAT, right?
Yeah.
Same way every time. We do it the same way every time. That way you know what you're going to get when you do business with us. It's going to be a great experience,
Yep.
right? So you come in, and this about 4 years ago, so COVID kind of happens. What'd that look like?
That weekend, I remember going to my manager's desk and telling him, hey, this thing kind of seems serious. And he's
Yeah.
like, no, we'll be fine. We'll be back,
It was that afternoon?
Yeah.
It was that afternoon.
And
we're shutting it down, folks.
right.
Go home.
Yep. And we didn't come back. We didn't
Yeah.
come back.
For a long
For
time.
a very long time.
Yeah.
And I kind of had a feeling something like that was going to happen. So
Yeah.
I kind of prepared myself and snuck my computer and my screens out.
Yeah.
So Monday morning, I was all set up at
You
home.
were ready to rock and
I
roll.
was ready to
You
go.
were ready to rock and roll. You didn't know you were going to be stuck there for 2 years.
Right. I did not know that. I thought it was just going to be like over a
Temporary
week.
move. Let me talk about that. I remember that day too, because you're right. We as a team didn't think that we were shutting down, and it literally came that fast, right? As fast as Dave got his jacket on earlier.
But here's the deal. I don't think our audience really knows that what's bad for the economy for the people it's good for mortgages. I
That's
mean,
right.
2020, guys, was probably the
it's the biggest year in mortgage
It's the
history.
biggest year in mortgage history. So when people were losing their jobs and had to stay home, we weren't staying home sleeping.
No,
Our
no.
phones were busy ringing 24/7.
And let's talk about that, right? Because, nobody wants to profit off of somebody else's misfortune, right? But at the end of the day, what we knew at that point in time, because people were losing their jobs, is two things that we provided, right? Number one, we actually provided jobs because we had to grow to be able to handle the amount of business that was coming in over that period of time. And we ramped up pretty quick, but we actually gave people that needed a home, right? But then simultaneously, there were a lot of people out there that needed money, right?
Yeah.
And they didn't know what they were going to do. And they were able to come to us and they were able to save money. They were able to get refinance. They were able to reduce their payment. They were able to get some cash back so that they can actually survive.
Right.
And I think we fueled a branch off of that for a long time was, hey, guys, look, here's the deal. We're doing good right now. We're doing something really, really good for the market, right? We're doing good for people. We're helping these people. We're giving them a great interest rate that they can live behind for a very long time. But in addition to that, we're helping them survive.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and building relationships with those customers. I mean, I still talk to those same customers now.
That's right. Well, that's kind of part of our process, right? Talk about that. So, market changes. We go from rates that are extremely low, right? As low as at one point, I think 2.25 was on the rate sheet.
Yep.
We may have even had a 199 down there at some point in time. Now the market shifts and it goes back to Saxon days, right? Back to 2001. And we're seeing a more natural market. But a lot of people get concerned and kind of back away. There's no refinances at this point in time because, well, there's some, right? They're trickled in
Right.
there. The have-tos or the we need cash, right? Those are the ones that you see. But for the most part, that's not what's on the market. So what do we do as a branch? Did we just kind of sit around and hope for the best?
No, what was really nice is we were able to pivot really quick and move over to the retail side. And what we've been doing now is building relationships with our realtors, which has been something that I've never done before. But I love it. I love learning new experiences. I've been doing this for 22 years, and this is something new to me.
It is.
And you always learn something new in this line of business, and this is my new experiment, maybe that I'm learning now. But
we evolve,
Right,
we evolve.
we're
We shed our
evolving.
skin and we go, hey, look, we know how to do that market. Let's do this market too, right? And let's be honest with each other. It's not been the case with every loan officer. We know for a fact 40% of the loan originators in Texas didn't renew their license this year, right? We did.
Yeah.
We did, and we're building something really special, that gives everybody a little bit more long-term stability than riding out, are the rates good or the refinance is high? No, we're controlling our own market, and I think that's important, especially as we age a little in our career. We've been
Just
doing
a
this
little
for
bit.
a little bit of time, and so it's important to evolve and find a better way of doing business, and I think we've done exactly that. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we definitely have, and it's nice to see the fruit from our labor because now I can actually start seeing that and come to fruition.
Absolutely.
Hey, Julie. You know what? There's a lot of loan officers out there. What's your superpower? What makes you a special loan officer?
That's right.
I work hard. Hard. That's one of the things that I've always implemented anywhere I go. I work very hard. I'm dedicated, and I don't see my customers as customers. I see them as my family. Like I'm helping someone from my family get a loan because I want to see them succeed just like I did.
Yeah.
So I treat everyone as if they were my family, and I've built very good relationships with them.
You have, and you talk about the dedication part. We're definitely dedicated. That's why during the pandemic when we needed some additional support, we bumped you up to a team lead because we knew that you could support some of the other individuals on the team that needed that hard work and dedication that you bring to the table.
Well,
So
let's talk about that for a few minutes. So hard work, dedication, but you know what I think your superpower is, because I've worked with you for quite a long time. You care, and you're a giver. and you're gonna make me cry because those people are special people. The reason why is because even before she was a team leader, people were already going to her, Devin. She was already helping the other loan officers putting their loans together
for no monetary value.
For no
Just out of the
monetary
goodness of her
value.
heart.
They were going to her and saying, "Hey, how do I structure this?" We've talked about the loan process a lot of times. It's a puzzle. People think that, hey, here's a loan, give me from step A to Z. It doesn't work like that. No. Sometimes it's a 100-piece puzzle, and sometimes it's a 1,000-piece puzzle.
That's right.
They're very complicated. Some loans are very complicated, and Julie, because of her vast experience and her experiences, we're all busy, but she takes the time out of her day to help every single person. That's why she became a team lead. You know, on top of that, you know, not only does she care, but the giving part of it, you know, she's a giver. I mean, that's, you know, she'd rather give than to receive, which is awesome. I think our customers know that.
They do.
We definitely, as her peers, know that.
Yep.
And I would say that separates you from everybody else. That's why you're so successful. That's why you're like a magnet. Everybody wants to be around you. Everybody wants to work with you. And by the way, she's bilingual, guys.
I was just going to say that.
She hadn't even said anything about that.
I was going to say that. You know, so 21 years of experience, and we talked about this on one of our other episodes. There's a lot of loan officers that don't have that experience.
Right.
And that can be the make or breaker point for the consumer. In fact, we talked about it direct. We said, hey, guys, this is a pro tip. You want to work with a loan originator that has experience, because when they have experience, they're going to get you into products that other people don't even know exist, right? They're also going to have a better understanding of the process, so they're going to make sure that it is a smooth and flawless closing. And they're also going to understand how to make sure that the guidelines fit for that loan, so you don't have those stumble errors, right? How many times have you had a consumer that's frustrated with their current loan officer because they keep asking for more? They keep asking for more. They keep asking for more. You want to know why they ask for more? Because they don't know what they're doing. Is that the experience your customers have, Julie?
No, typically we like to ask for everything up front, and we know what to ask for.
That's right.
So we don't have to go back and keep asking for those same items, because that can be very frustrating. I mean, I've bought a house myself, and I've had to do that, and it's frustrating. You don't want to do that, and you don't want to put your clients through that.
Never. And you don't, you know, and that comes with experience. And the fact that you're bilingual helps, because we're in Texas and we've got a lot of Hispanic customers, and they don't like talking to us gringos. Right? So at the end of the day, you know, you've got a really big value that you can add to your customers, because you've got experience, you've got hard work, dedication, you care, right? And then in addition to that, you're bilingual, so you can help the masses, which is fantastic.
Absolutely.
So, well, I want to talk about something because I know this. You've got a family, so you do all this crazy stuff at work. You're busy all the time, and you're helping all these people here, and you're helping all these families find homes. But you got a home life too, right? What's going on over there?
I do. I mean, I'm married. I have 2 older children. I've got a 23-year-old and a 21-year-old, and my 21-year-old is in college. My 23-year-old just made me a grandmother, and I also have a 12-year-old. You know, and so I have to balance everything, and in order to do that, you have to structure your day.
That's right.
That's the only way in order to balance everything, is really structure
your day. You got to be
day.
there for your family. Mm-hmm. You know, that's important. That's important to us too. You know, we talk about this all the time, and family always comes first. It's not just about work. We want to make sure that you're there to have that time with them, to be the mom that you are and the spouse that you are, right? The loving wife. Now, you mentioned something earlier. I think you said you got married at 20.
At 17, I got the very first time that I got married was at 17.
So first time.
First time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's a second time.
And then there's a second time, which is my husband now, Chris, who I adore. I mean, without him, I wouldn't be able to do anything.
Chris is awesome.
Yeah.
Like he's such a cool guy.
Yeah.
You know, I've met him on. We talk about this. We vacation together a lot. That's one of the things that we love to do here as success partners, right? And I've had the pleasure of meeting Chris on multiple occasions, and I absolutely love the guy, man. He's fantastic. It makes sense, right? When I see, because it takes a heck of a great guy to land somebody as amazing as you, right? And Chris is exactly that. So how long have you guys been married?
12 years. We just celebrated our anniversary last month.
12 years. That's awesome. That's awesome. And Chris is out. What's he doing today?
He is out with his bosses hunting.
Yeah, because his sugar mama's got him taken care of.
Hey, people don't know this, but you know, Chris is a real American hero.
Yeah, he really is.
He really is. I mean, he's a quiet person, but
very reserved.
He's a real American hero. You know, he fought for our country and did some really amazing things for that. And I'll let her talk about that because
Yeah, tell us about your husband. We love talking about that stuff. So.
Yeah, no, Chris served in the military for 4 years. He was a Marine, and he went on 2 tours. We don't talk about a whole lot of, what he did out there,
Sure.
but till this day, he's still holding a lot of that with him, and that's something that only living with him and being with him on a daily basis, I know his struggles, and I have to be there to support him as well, because this isn't something that will just go away tomorrow. It never goes away, and I have a lot of respect for him because of that. Because he doesn't talk about it. He doesn't even go out there and say, "Oh, I'm a Marine," and "Oh, I did this." He doesn't, know, and that's just very humble of him.
It is humble. It is humble, and this is where we take our humble hats off, and not just for yourself, but for your spouse too, because he deserves the recognition. And thank you for your service. We appreciate it. Right. So we also share something else in common. We like to drive fast. Talk about that. What's your daily driver?
So I spoiled myself a few years ago and got me an M4. It's a BMW M4, and I just love it.
I love it too. Can I have it?
No. I love it too much.
No, I remember the first time she pulled up, we were at the gun range, and I was like, whoa, hold up. Where did you get this? Yeah, beautiful car. Do you push it to the test?
No, I don't. I really don't. Yeah, probably, because I don't do that. I do drive it fast, but I don't push it to the limit.
Yeah. Well, anyhow, I had to mention it because it's something we're both, we both love our cars. So we're both BMW owners.
Love BMWs.
That's right. Yeah. But not the pretentious kind. We're very approachable.
Yes, absolutely.
So, well, I know we're getting close to wrapping up the show. Is there anything that we should have asked you today that we did not?
I can't think of anything.
You sure?
Not that I can think of.
How about you, David? Anything you'd like to throw out there about Julie?
No, I think I'm good. First of all, thank you for coming on the show, Julie.
Thanks for having me.
And
we want to have you back,
yeah.
and we want you to bring some of your agent partners
Absolutely.
at some point in time too. We need to show off the folks you're having success with as well, right?
Yeah, I'm glad our audience got to see a glimpse of you, because we get to see you every single day.
That's right.
But our audience and our people don't get to see it, and just to be around your presence is awesome.
Well, guys, we'll continue to bring more of our employees onto the show, because we really have a great team of people, and it's important to showcase them because they're absolutely fantastic, and you need to know how to find them, right? When you're looking to buy a home, and at the end of the day, you need to do business with the person that you know, like, and trust. And if that's Julie, how do our audience get in front of you? How do they get a hold of you, Julie Capps?
You can call me on my cell phone, 817-422-8608, or my office, 972-505-3354, or you can also email me at julie.capps@clickandclose.com.
Let's go back on those numbers one more time, a little bit slower, just in case they're going to stop and write that number down.
Cell is 817-422-8608, and office is 469-505-3354.
There it is. If you want an amazing experience and you want that 21 years of hard work and dedication to support you on your next home purchase or refinance, or if you need somebody that's bilingual, make sure you reach out to Julie. She's absolutely fantastic, and you're going to be really happy that you did. David, anything else you'd like to throw in today before we tie this episode up?
I'm good.
All right. Well, yeah, you got that golf thing to go to.
I do.
I love it, man. I love it. Well, guys, we appreciate you coming out. We're your real estate success partners. I'm Devin Dubuc.
I'm David Nguyen.
And if you want to find us, you can find us at www.realestatesuccesspartner.com. Again, that's realestatesuccesspartner.com. Otherwise, check us out on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio, any of your platforms that you enjoy consuming media. And we love those 5-star reviews. Don't forget to follow. Until then, we're going to see you on the next one.
Bye, guys.
Take care.
Bye. Thank you.